Hello, this is my 8th lecture for the session number 2, and today's lecture we shall discuss about some important facts related with the electrostatics in conductors. The first point I have selected some points. The first point is free charge carriers in conductor. In this topic we shall discuss about the metallic conductor. We know that in atoms every atom contains the nucleus and electrons. In nucleus, electron, neutron and proton are present, and electrons revolve in different orbits. In different orbits. As the distance of electron increases with the nucleus, the Coulomb force acts between the nucleus and electron decreases, so the boundation of electron also decreases as the separation of electron increases from the nucleus, and the electrons at outermost orbit called valence orbit and valence electrons, these electrons has least foundation with the nucleus, and for the metals they are negligible attracted towards the nucleus, and a very few amount of energy can free the electrons from their respective atoms or their parent nuclei. So these electrons comes out from the atom and they moves in the lattice of the substance freely. These electrons are called free electrons. So these are the concept of free electrons in metallic conductors. The electrons of outermost orbit has least foundation with the nucleus, so for providing a very small energy, or they can acquire the energy themselves, and they comes out from the atom and move randomly in the lattice of the substance. These are called free electrons, and these free electrons continuously move and play an important role. If they are under the influence of external electric field that drifted along a particular direction and constitute electric current, and if no external force is present, then they move randomly continuously in the lattice of the substance. So these are called free charge carriers in conductors, means free electrons which moves randomly in the lattice of the substance. The second point, inside a conductor electrostatic field is zero. Inside the conductor, if we imagine that a conductor, when given a charge, this charge is completely distributed over its complete volume. But we know that the one charge of one part, or positive charge of one part, repels the positive charge of other part. So these charges experiences a net electrostatic force inside the conductor. So in order to prevent this electrostatic force, these charges itself adjust themselves in such a manner that they will not experience any kind of force inside the conductor. So all the charges accumulate themselves only just outside the surface of the conductor, and no charge exists inside the conductor. Again I am repeating, if charge present inside the conductor, they will experience a net force inside the conductor. So in order to prevent them, the charges itself distributed over its outer surface, and no charge exists or no net charge exists inside the conductor. So inside the conductor no charge is present, and a solid sphere behaves like a spherical shell in respect of charge. All the charges present outside the surface of the conductor or on the outer surface of the conductor, and inside the charge will be zero. If charge is zero, so electric field intensity will also be zero, just as electrostatic force also zero for the case, just as the case of electric shell or uniformly charged spherical shell. The next is electrostatic field must be normal to the surface of a conductor. For the surface of conductor, this is the surface of conductor and charge is given to this. So if the electric field is normal to the surface of conductor, then it has no component along the surface of conductor because of its angle 90 degree. So the component of this electric field on the surface of conductor is equal to zero. The component or surface component of this electric field will be zero. And if the surface electric field is not normal to the surface of the conductor, just like that, it is inclined at a certain angle, then this electric field is divided and it has some non-zero component along the surface of conductor, and this will also be a non-zero component. That means all surface charges will experience a certain force, and to prevent that, the electrostatic force must be normal to the surface of conductor. Again I am telling, if the surface of conductor electrostatic force is not normal to the surface of the conductor, then it must have a component along the surface of conductor, so the charges on the surface of a conductor will experience a certain amount of electrostatic force, and which is not possible, means any charge does not need or does not require any force. So the electric field must be normal to the surface of conductor, so that the component of this electric field along the surface of conductor will be zero and no force is experienced by the charge carriers. So this is the concept of the electric field must be normal to the surface of conductor. If it is not, then the surface charges experiences need electrostatic force. The next point, electrostatic potential is constant throughout the volume of a conductor. If we consider a spherical conductor for the case, we know that if we reduce the charge, all the charges resides on the outer surface of the conductor. No charge will exist inside the conductor. Inside the conductor, the magnitude of charge will be zero, and also electric field intensity will also be equal to zero. Now, this is the thing, and we know that the relation between electric field intensity and potential is E is equal to minus dV upon dr. From center to the surface, the electric field intensity is zero, means the electric field intensity is zero inside the conductor, inside the conductor. So electric field intensity will be zero, and we know that this will be is equal to minus dV upon dr. dr can be sent this side, 0 into dr, negative sign also sent this side, is equal to dV. So dV is equal to 0 or V is equal to constant. So from the center to the surface, the electric potential must be constant and equal to the potential at the surface of the conductor. Inside the conductor, no electric field intensity or no electric field present, so it will be 0 inside the conductor, and for inside the conductor minus dV upon dr is equal to 0, so dV is equal to 0 and V is equal to constant from center to the surface of a conductor. If a question is given to us just like that, a 5 volt potential is on the surface of a conductor, then what would be its value at the center of the conductor and inside the conductor, and it will be is equal to 5 volt from center to the surface. So potential of a conductor remains constant in this case. Now we shall discuss about the next point, and this is electric field at the surface of a charged conductor. Electric field at the surface of a charged conductor. And for the purpose, we consider a spherical conductor, just like that. And then we divide this conductor in two parts, A, B and ACB. The one part is AB, this one, and one part is ACB, this one. Now we consider on the surface a small point where we have to calculate the electric field intensity. So for the case of electric field intensity, let this conductor is positively charged. Then we consider 2 points just inside the conductor and just outside the conductor. We consider a spherical surface or spherical conductor, and we gives it a positive charge. This positive charge accumulates only on the outer surface of the conductor. Now we divide the conductor into two parts, AB part and ACB part. Now we consider 2 points P and Q at just outside the surface of a conductor and just inside the surface of a conductor. Now these behaves like a uniformly charged spherical sheet, because inside there is no charge is present. And now we consider electric field intensity at outside the conductor will be is equal to EAB and also EACB. Due to this EAB and due to this EACB. And we know that its value is sigma upon 2 epsilon naught, and its value will also be is equal to sigma upon 2 epsilon naught, because the surface charge density on the whole outer surface of the conductor remains same and it is not depend upon the distance. So EAB will be is equal to sigma upon 2 epsilon naught, and EACB due to this part of the conductor sigma upon 2 epsilon naught. So 8 point EP is equal to EAB plus EACB. EAB plus EACB, and in this case it will be is equal to sigma upon 2 epsilon naught plus sigma upon 2 epsilon naught. So electric field intensity just on the surface of the conductor or just outside the surface of conductor will be is equal to sigma upon epsilon naught. Sigma upon epsilon naught. This will be the electric field intensity. And if we put the value of sigma for a spherical conductor, it will be Q upon 4 pi r square epsilon naught, or 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q upon r square, and similar result we have obtained just as electric shell or uniformly charged spherical shell. So on the surface of conductor, just outside the surface of the conductor, electric field intensity will be is equal to sigma upon epsilon naught or KQ upon R square outside the conductor. And inside the conductor, we know that here is the inside the conductor, due to this part of ACB part of the conductor, the direction of electric field due to this part will be along upward direction, means EACB, and for this part of the conductor the electric field intensity will be is equal to EAB. Because for positively charged sheet the direction of electric field intensity will be outward direction of the sheet. For this part of the sheet it will be is equal to EAB, vertically downward direction, and for the ACB part of the spherical conductor at Q point the direction of electric field intensity due to ACB part will be along vertically upward. Both are opposite to one another, so we know that EQ is equal to sigma upon 2 epsilon naught minus sigma upon, again I am explaining, E is equal to EACB minus EAB, because both are equal. Sigma upon 2 epsilon naught, it never depends upon the distance. Sigma upon 2 epsilon naught minus sigma upon 2 epsilon naught is equal to 0. So inside the conductor electric field intensity is 0, and just outside the conductor or on the surface of conductor the value will be sigma upon epsilon naught or KQ upon R square. So this is the answer of the fifth part of the topic, that is electric field at the surface of charged conductor will be is equal to KQ upon small r square for a spherical conductor, whether it is solid or in the shell shape, and E is equal to sigma upon 2 epsilon naught, and just inside the conductor the value will be 0. Now we shall discuss about the last point for today's discussion, and that is nothing but electrostatic shielding. Electrostatic shielding. So for the case of electrostatic shielding, we shall discuss about the one or two things. Electrostatic shielding, if we consider a charged conductor with a cavity, an empty space inside the conductor, and if we use the charge, the whole charge is enclosed in this surface, and we know that no charge will exist inside the conductor, and also in the cavity there will be no charge resides inside the conductor. Now we consider a Gaussian surface around this cavity, and then we apply a Gauss theorem. Integral E dot dA is equal to summation Q upon epsilon. Summation Q upon epsilon naught. We know that no charge exists inside the cavity or inside the conductor, so the value of charge will be 0 upon epsilon naught. Integral E dot dA is equal to 0, and the value will be is equal to 0, means electric field intensity will be 0 inside the cavity. Means whatever the shape of the cavity, whatever be the charge on the surface of the conductor, the value will be is equal to 0, means this region is completely protected from the external electrical effects or external electrical disturbances. So in this case, the things or objects placed inside the cavity are completely shielded or protected from the external electrical disturbances. This concept is called electrostatic shielding, and this concept is used to protect the sensitive electrostatic instruments from external electrical disturbances, and this concept is called electrostatic shielding. And we also know that if in the thunderstorm and lightning, if you keep remains inside a closed car, you will be safe due to this electrostatic shielding. So these are the few topics which we have discussed about it, and now